Hey everyone, it's Mare from SickMom checking in for day 24. Can't believe it's been 24 days. I know it's like every day that goes by, it just seems to be going faster and faster. So I've started thinking about what's going to happen after day 30. So I think after day 30, it would be really cool if maybe I just checked in a little bit with you on how things are going with Carnivore as opposed to doing daily videos, because I do have a lot of other content that I would like to share with you and post on a variety of subjects, including some upcoming interviews and, some how-tos and tutorials, but I'd like to keep it a fairly well-rounded channel. So if you do have any suggestions for things that you would like to see me talk about, I am really passionate about things like helping people and coaching, and also about mental health issues. And, a part of my personal story in the past, I have suffered from depression, and a couple of times. Once was after having my daughter, it was postpartum depression. And then after that, a number of years later, I was actually diagnosed with major depression. So it was pretty important for me to get my mind in order, get help that I needed. And part of that was actually, speaking to somebody. So I am very, very open to people's stories and what they're going through, and I really love to help people through their difficult times. As a coach throughout my life, I've helped a lot of people just deal with what's going on inside their minds. And I've also had to do a lot of work on myself throughout that process. That's done nothing but serve me well, especially through this carnivore process, because I'm pretty strong once I've made a decision and there's something that I really, really want to do. No matter how scary it seems, I usually just need to make the decision and then move forward on it. So that's what doing carnivore has been like for me, and undertaking 30 days of consecutive videos for all of you and also for myself to document this process. I have mentioned in the past that this channel has been about 2 years in the planning. And SickMom is something that is it's really important to me. Oh, sorry, low battery notification. So as this channel grows, I really want to make sure that I'm providing value. And no, it's not going to be an all carnivore channel. This is part of my journey. It's not the entire journey. It's not the only facet of my being. And, that's kind of the beauty of YouTube. I really enjoy that I can offer words of wisdom from friends and from colleagues that I've worked with, or, people that I've known for a really long time, to try and help enrich your lives. And this is my way of starting to give back and show people a little bit of the private side of my life. I tend not to talk a lot about the fact that I'm having a bad day on bad days. And so having a couple of videos where I've had really, really low energy, or that I've been very tired, that's something that was a little bit daunting for me. And I just had to take a deep breath and say, no, I've committed to showing people that, everybody gets vulnerable at some point when they're undertaking something new, whether they're learning something and they're a beginner, or they're undertaking a major change in their lives. And yeah, it can seem like it's a little scary, but if you really want the results, you just kind of have to do it anyway. And so part of what I'm sharing here is a part of myself that I don't necessarily do every day. The people who are close to me and in my friends and family, absolutely. I mean, they are my support system, and I do my best to be there to support them. However, if I have to be out and go to a function, or if I have some work that needs to be done that day, I do my very best to bring my A game, whatever that is. And I plan my rest before and after. I have things that are fixed in my calendar that cannot be moved. I plan for those things. So when you're not feeling well and you know that you have a video planned and you have to get yourself out of bed or upright at least so that you can record a video, it can almost seem like too much. I mean, yesterday's video was kind of a good example of that. It was a little bit shorter and I didn't really have a whole lot that was new to share with you other than I was having a lot of fatigue yesterday and dealing with some of the pain. But that commitment that I made to myself and to you out there watching, I was not going to miss a day. It was really important for me to get that video done and share my day with you. Being chronically ill can be very isolating, as can mental health issues. And I'm very lucky that I have definitely gotten my mental health to a place where I'm very, very happy about it. And that, you know, I just have so much love in my life and so many people who care about me. But I've also put myself out there for them too, and making sure that I can support them. It has to be both ways. Otherwise, the relationship doesn't really work, does it? So, you know, I really just want to keep creating content that will give you something to think about. And one of the other playlists that I've created, that I've made public, is called Food for Thought. Actually, it's hashtag Food for Thought. And in that playlist, I'm curating other videos from creators on YouTube and also from TED Talks in particular, because I adore TED Talks. And if, you know, you just need a little inspiration or you just kind of need to get your mind unstuck on something, watch one of those videos. You know, when I'm having a tough day, that's what I do. I try and seek out as much positive content as I can handle. And some days it's one video. Other days I can focus and I can watch a few different videos, and, you know, just to kind of help round out where my mind's at for that day and make it a little bit easier to get through the day. So use the tools that I'm making available to you, and it's my pleasure to do so. I've been curating my channel, or sorry, my page on Facebook now for a couple of years. It's called Mare. And that's been an important part of my convalescence, let's say, with the illnesses that I have, has been finding that positive content and sharing that with the people that are following that page. And the number of times where I have had people reach out to me and just say, hey, I really needed that today, or thank you so much, that's all I need to keep going. You know, just to know that I helped one person one day, that makes a big difference in my world. And so I hope that as we build our community here on YouTube, that people will start asking questions or, you know, commenting on things that they like. And maybe there's something that you didn't quite agree with. I do welcome your opinions, as long as everything's done in a respectful manner, and that you are acknowledging that you are talking to another human being, whether it's myself or another person who's a part of our community. So remember to be kind and generous, and try to be gracious if you can. There are some things that, you know, people will never see eye to eye, but that doesn't mean that you can't still be friends. So I am just about to dig into one of my lovely ham and egg waffles that I made. I'm just heating it up in the toaster. And, you know, my eating habits have changed considerably since the beginning. You know, I kind of went from having no appetite and having a really hard time eating every day to now I'm looking forward to my meals. I'm feeling hungry. Yes, I'm still going through the adaptation period. So that heartburn-like sensation, yeah, it's kind of sticking around. But I did some more reading today to give me some assurances that, you know, this too shall pass. And it looks like, yeah, first month or two that's kind of more prevalent for some people. And because I already deal with a lot of nausea, having heartburn isn't a really big surprise to go along with this process, because my stomach tends to be a little bit finicky when it's having to adapt to something new. So, but overall, this has been a really positive change in my eating habits, because I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling like I want to eat, and I'm also having a bit more energy to cook. And that's something that anyone who's been at home convalescing for whatever reason knows, that sometimes you might just be too tired to make food that's good, so you don't do what's convenient and what's easy. So knowing that, what I'm building into my life is doing things like making a bag of these egg and cheese waffles and freezing them. So it's an easy thing that I can just drop one in the toaster if I'm a little bit hungry. I made those last night, had that spurt of energy, and was able to make some. And then I kind of hit rock bottom with my energy by the time I was recording the video, and I was having a hard time keeping my eyes open and staying upright. But still, that little tiny bit of effort is something that I will be able to benefit from for at least a number of days, because it's not like I'm going to sit there and hoe down on an entire bag of the egg and ham waffles. I do want to make another round of chaffles though, with the cheese. Yeah, but I'm also being very mindful of the amount of cheese that I'm having and overall the amount of dairy. Although I did make myself another lovely cappuccino today with heavy whipped cream, and my stomach's not hating it today. It's really not. I think that it's starting to get the hang of this high fat thing. So really, those are kind of my thoughts for today. And we've got like a week left before we hit 28 days and then day 30. And, I'll be able to devote a little bit more time and energy towards the variety of content for this channel once we start wrapping up our first 30 days of Carnivore. So if you like this video, just make sure you give me some love, give us a big thumbs up down below, and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know exactly when the next video is dropping on YouTube. So for tonight, I'm just going to say thanks for watching. And this is Mare with SickMom, checking out.